Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we promised, we are going to shed light on the Egyptian-American Business Forum, which took place here in Cairo with the participation of tens or maybe hundreds of businessmen. And the high-ranking U.S. delegation was led by Susan Clark, the president of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And in fact, in her speech and in other high-ranking American officials' speech, they all praised the economic reform program in Egypt and the efforts exerted by the state to pave the way for more foreign direct investment to come and to have this trust and confidence in the resilience of the Egyptian economy. To shed more light on this and also on the speech of Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli as he also addressed the gathering, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Professor Reem Bedeir, Associate Professor, Graceland University, USA. Thank you very much for being with us, Dr. Reem, and a very good morning.
Good morning to you, Mom, and good morning to Egypt.
Thank you. Dr. Reem, before going into details, only a few days ago also there was a very important conference which took place here in Egypt organized by the IMF. And President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received top IMF officials, along with Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of International Cooperation and Planning Dr. Rania al-Mashat. And also this prestigious economic institutions also voiced optimism and voiced trust when it comes to the Egyptian economy progress. How do you see this forum just coming few days after this conference, and how this is a direct message to the international community at large that the resilience of Egyptian economy now is a source of admiration coming from Western countries and coming from top international executives and officials?
Indeed, the Egyptian-American Economic Forum, which is officially known as the U.S.-Egypt Policy Leaders Forum, aims to strengthen the economic cooperation between Egypt and the United States. In fact, the forum serves as a platform for dialogue between policymakers, business leaders, and investors to discuss trade, investment, and economic reform. It also seeks to attract American investors into Egypt's growing sectors and enhance bilateral trade and address market challenges. In fact, the forum primarily aims to strengthen economic cooperation between Egypt and the United States. It serves as a platform for dialogue and emphasizes Egypt's strategic location with a population over than 1 million consumer market and growing economic reform. This aligns with Egypt's Vision 2030, particularly regarding the industrial development, sustainability, and global integration.
Susan Clark was heading the delegation along with 55 CEOs of different companies and coming from different, I'm not going to say different categories, different industrial fields, taking into consideration that Egypt is ready to receive such investments in all domains, in all fields, in all kinds of industry, whether it's heavy or light, whether it's related to agriculture or to the industrial sector. How do you see the numbers, Dr. Reem? Because the numbers are saying a lot.
Of course, this year's forum focuses on energy, technology, healthcare, tourism, financial services, and infrastructure. And a lot of these sectors were chosen due to their high investment potential. Egypt's strategic location and the country push for digital infrastructure. The renewable energy sector is particularly emphasized as Egypt aims to generate 42% of its electricity from renewable energy by 2030. Actually, this year's forum is focused on prioritizing the sectors that highlight with both global investment trends and Egypt development needs, like energy and renewable energy, as I highlighted, technology and AI, and we are now on the era of the AI with the digital transformation, part of Egypt's Vision 2030. There is a growing interest in AI solutions and e-governance and fintech. infrastructure, and we observe every day in Egypt large-scale projects like the new administrative capital and the transport corridor expansion attract the interest and the foreign investors, especially the American ones.
All the
Healthcare
smart
and
cities, all
pharmaceutical.
the new network of roads, the industry of ports, you name it. But here I wanted, if you permit me, Dr. Reem, to focus more on the will of the state to give bigger portion for the private sector, meaning that the private sector is going to shoulder more responsibility regarding the Egyptian economic progress. And this is something which was really clear, and it was discussed more than once in different sessions of the forum. And there are a lot of memoranda of understanding were signed already, or a number of deals, and also it's going to be followed up on the ground. It's not ink on paper. If you want to elaborate on that.
Of course, there is a lot of MOUs were expected to be signed during this forum, are expected to be signed, including a historic customers matchable or by assistance agreement between the U.S. and Egypt. This agreement aims to remove long-standing non-traffic barriers to American exports and enhance trade transparency. Additionally, discussions on bilateral trade and investment issues under the U.S.-Egypt Trade and Investment Framework Agreement, which are several MOU and investment agreements, are expected to be in different projects like renewable energy, technological and infrastructure, collaboration in ports and logistics. Total expected values of these agreements may exceed $1.5 billion between Egypt and USA.
And Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, when he addressed the gathering, he was keen to mention that 1,800 American firms are already working in Egypt, and saying that this number is going to witness another leap, or more companies are very much welcomed to come and to invest here in Egypt. Also, this is the number which we cannot neglect, or we cannot misspeak about it. Are we satisfied with this number, Dr. Reem, or this is only a small portion out of what can be implemented on the ground?
Of course, this is the start, as we always say. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli emphasized on Egypt's commitment to economic reforms, and also including private sectors and also investment-friendly policies. Dr. Mustafa Madbouli highlighted Egypt's state ownership policy document, which outlines sectors where the government will reduce or exit the involvement, gradually exits from the market, enabling the private sector to lead. This is like signaling the light to gradually shift towards private enterprise. Dr. Mustafa Madbouli also introduced the Golden License platform, which allowing investors to establish and operate projects with a single window issue approval. He also emphasized on the Egypt's commitment to a stable macroeconomic environment despite the global headwinds, and also progress and reforms, investing in the Egyptian government, open to private sector leadership in the economy, highlighted recent partnership in green hydrogen, emphasized Egypt's one on the clean energy transition.
AI, digital transformation, all fields or all industrial sectors. But Dr. Reem, also there is a very important point regarding considering Egypt as a logistic hub, and as getting the utmost benefit not only from the incentives we are taking to facilitate all procedures in front of the new investors or new entrepreneurs, but also to use our geographic location to be the gate of the whole world, and here, America to Africa to the whole world. How do you see the use of our geographic location in this domain in specific? I beg your pardon.
Indeed, Egypt has a significant location. It's like a getaway for Africa continent and also for Middle East, for the Arab countries. And also we cannot really ignore, we are considered as a gateway to European Union countries. Egypt, for the American investor, is a really green, stable economy. The American investor is really smart, and when he picks a country to invest in, he will consider many factors: location, as you said, infrastructure, stability, and security. So I think Egypt has most of these factors, and I think the forum is expected to lead new projects in different sectors, in energy, in artificial intelligence, infrastructure. Egypt is rapidly emerging as the regional hub for artificial intelligence, digital transformation. We plan to create like more than 430 million to 860 million funds to support artificial intelligence companies in Egypt. The renewable energy sector is also expanding, with Egypt mobilizing like around $4 billion in green investment for private sector. Yes, we are among these continents, but we are leading in the region. We confirmed and opening projects with the green hydrogen, and also AI, digital transformation, smart cities, and the 5 expansion into the new administrative capital, as I mentioned earlier, with the American technological firms. Infrastructure, we observe it in all Egypt, and also not only in Cairo, and very rural cities all over Egypt.
Yeah, we have now smart cities scattered all over Egypt. We have new Minya city, new Mansoura city, new Asyut city, new Rafah city, and we are not going to be only satisfied with the new administrative capital. No, we do have many other small cities scattered all over the country to make sure that that our citizens are going to receive better service in all domains. Dr. Reem, one of the most important pillars of our foreign relations in general is that our foreign relations are based on mutual respect, and they are very much balanced. Such a forum is a win-win situation for both sides. I mean, it's not only, we are not only working to benefit from what the American side could give. No, it's a mutual cooperation, and the win-win situation here is a key word. How we can explain this?
Indeed, of course, it's a win-win situation. It's a win for the Egyptian side. Absolutely, it's a win for the American side. Yeah. American investors have always expressing confidence in Egypt's economic, and particularly in current capitalization and also investment-friendly policies that the Egyptian government taken into account. The private sector has outspaced public investment for 2 successive quarters, as we observing, signaling strong investor confidence. Egypt's non-oil manufacturing sectors recorded like 18% of annual growth, and tourism is on track for records in 2025. So American investors has expressed confidence in Egypt's economic growth or environment, and also Egypt is going to win from these collaboration. So as absolutely, it's a win-win situation.
Dr. Reem, I was focusing on that in specific because, of course, our audience, they are not economic experts, and I want to address the layman in the street. Many people would think that the American economy, of course, it's the biggest economy in the whole world, but inflation is there. There is a global economic crisis named or entitled inflation. Moody downgraded the American economy last week because of its debts. There are now a lot of crises which are taking place between the American and the Chinese and the European economies because of the Trump administration tariffs. So it's not only the developing countries which are suffering from what's going on around us and with the changes and challenges which are facing us. Also, the big economies are also suffering. And here, I should focus on that, because whenever there is a deal, it's for the best interests of both sides, not a side on the expense of the other. If you want to elaborate on that, please.
Of course, indeed. As you said, the economic situation everywhere is emerging, it's evolving. We have, as an expert and economist, we have to observe it and forecast for the future, to plan, to always, I recommend to have a plan B, and also to have enter a relationship with different countries, with different economic. By this forum, the Egyptian government, leading by our president, of course, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, leading to reconnect the economic bridge with the American investors. And also we have a good relationship with the Eastern society, with China, with Russia, with India. And also we are a member and joined recently the BRICS. Yes, and also with BRICS, with the members China, Russia, India, Brazil, and South Africa. So Egypt, to be smart, I think we are on the correct, perfect track of economic growth and economic reform, to have a dual relationship with each economy, with each trading reform. So I believe that I trust the economic government and our leadership in economic reforms and all of their economic, trading, investment decisions.
When we listen to the speeches of Susan Clark, the president of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, along with other key speakers in the inaugural session of the forum, we felt that they studied well what is going on in Egypt on the economic level. Whether it's the economic reforms, whether it's the trust in the Egyptian economy resilience by international economic institutions like the World Bank and the IMF, whether the devaluation of the currency, whether it's the foreign exchange rate, whether it's the decisions made by the Central Bank of Egypt, they studied well the economic atmosphere in Egypt. How do you see this as a message to the world that they came here to invest after studying well what's going on here in our country?
Oh, indeed. The American Chamber of Commerce, in collaboration with the Ministry of International Cooperation, they study well also, and they collaborate in high level of collaboration to study where they put their investment. They trust Egypt as we start the economic reform early since 2014, since 2016, and now we are on the right track. So the Egyptian government has established monitoring mechanisms to ensure the implementation of the economic reform. This includes public and private partnership, investment tracking system, and regular ministerial reviews. The Egyptian-U.S. Business Council will also play a role in facilitating and follow up on these investment commitments. A dedicated monitor until the track progress, and also tracking the progress on signed deals and policy recommendations to make sure each investors are satisfied with his investing in Egypt, and like bearing the fruit of his investing and trusting the Egyptian economy to invest in. Of course, each investor, especially the American investor, are really confident, really smart. He will not invest a single dollar in investment or in economy unless he makes sure he will double and triple his investment and make a portion of this investment. So trusting Egyptian economy, trusting Egyptian leadership, trusting Egyptian government is highly observed in this forum, which is a progress. I see it, and I see it as really a significant outcome of the economic reform that the Egyptian government already started since 2014, 2016, and now.
Dr. Reem, I always enjoy our discussion. And I hope that
Thank
next
you.
time you can be my guest live here in the studio to speak in more details about such important topics. Well, we were very much delighted to have with us via phone Professor Reem Bedeir, Associate Professor, Graceland University, USA. Well, right after the short break, we are going to return back with more, so stay tuned.